Greetings, Earthlings. Today is March 5th, 2019, so welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of Urban Nerd Weekly. Today, we're going to be getting into a little bit of Mardi Gras celebrating. We're going to be talking about the origins of that, as well as we're going to be exploring eSports, aka professional gaming. So stay tuned in for that later. We got more games, we got albums coming up, and we got a little bit more we're going to be talking about all on today's episode of Urban Nerd Weekly.
This ain't no freestyle, bitch, this, that, he style.
Hey, it's your boy Spaceship, man. I got a new podcast out I want y'all to subscribe to, bro. It's called Urban Nerd Weekly, available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music. My
Spaceship back up in the shit. I just snacks and cup your bitch. I'm about to hit the stick, so go and follow me on Twitch. Now watch me crank that herb. Now watch me crank that herb. Watch me crank that herb. Now watch me crank that herb. Spaceship back up.
What's happening? It's your boy Space. Like I said, man, welcome back. I'm glad that y'all tuned in today. Happy that y'all listening. Alright, so before I get into anything, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe on all platforms possible. That would be iTunes, Google Play. Oh wait, I forgot. iTunes and Google Play didn't change the name up. So now it's Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, as well as SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn, Blueberry, and so many more who I did not write down because they ain't offer me no motherfucking packages when I put my podcast on there. But anyway, make sure you guys tune in wherever you get in, where you fit in, wherever you listen to podcasts at. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and rate, because that's how we get the show to the top of the page. And then you guys can look cool when you tell people that you listen to the show instead of having to explain to them, oh, it's this guy with the glasses and he talks and shit. Yeah. So, tell a friend to tell a friend. But first things first, today is, like I said, March 5th, which means that it is Fat Tuesday. Now, what is Fat Tuesday, you ask? Well, that means that if you asking that question, that first off means you probably, you never showed your tits for some beads or whatever. But Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, refers to the events of the carnival celebration beginning on or after the Christians' Feast of the Epiphany and culminating on the day before Ash Wednesday. Now, I'm not like a super Shiite Christian, so I'm gonna take a stab at that's something that, the more Christian-y Christians do, which is Ash Wednesday. But when you think about Mardi Gras, you would have never realized it had anything to do with that whatsoever. But, today is the celebration of that. So, if you are in New Orleans, or, you happen to be in New Orleans, listen to Urban Nerd Weekly. First off, shout out if you listen to Urban Nerd Weekly in New Orleans. Second of all, be encouraged to show those tits, Make sure that you get your beads, though, because don't get stiffed out of beads. I heard a lot of bad stories. On to the next thing. Today, we got some we have no upcoming, oh yeah, we do have upcoming games. We got Left Alive, which it will be available on, I believe, PC and PlayStation 4. Now, once again, this is not a game series I'm super familiar with, so if anybody has any experiences with this game, please feel free to hit up your boy on all social media outlets. That'd be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all ending in @ or / or however you like to type it in. Space was here, SPAYCEWUZHERE. If you add a .com to that, you can hit my website and hit all of the information I'm trying to lay down on you right now. So that's all of the games that's coming out. I believe that game will be coming out today. Yes, that game is coming out today. Upcoming albums. I don't know if you listened to the fella or not. I remember he caught a lot of flack for some comments about Tupac, but if in case anybody's still listening, Little Xan's Be Safe will be out. Oh, actually, it just came out on March the 3rd a couple of days ago, so if there's anybody who listens to Lil Xan and you think you want to leave a nice little review on the album, I'm leaving a lane open. If you guys want to do some album reviews for Urban Nerd Weekly, that's totally cool. You get to shout out your little Instagram page, and you can tell all your homies that you was on the show, not to mention we can give them another reason to tune in. And if you're a rapper, that's the only way you're gonna get an interview on my show is if you do something. I mean, unless you're paying. But, a lot of y'all rappers want free shit. So if you want some free shit, I want some free shit too. But moving on, like I already said, make sure you guys hit me up on spacewashere.com. Last episode's question of the day was, what is your longest gaming session? Now I'm looking at a lot of the responses going on right here, and I'm seeing a lot of reasonable answers. I'm hearing like 4 hours and 6 hours. That's about a Friday afternoon. I got a couple of 24-hour people here. That's probably my weekend gamers. I used to hit Spider-Man for a quick 24. You know what I mean? I used to de-stress on Grand Theft Auto 3 for like a whole day sometimes, because life is stressful and sometimes you just need to kill a prostitute. But yeah, that's the average. Now I did get the highest number that I've seen, that I believe, because I got some numbers, but the highest one I'm believing is like the one right here. It says 72 hours, which I could believe. I could believe you sat and didn't do anything but eat, like take a shit, maybe a nap for like 72 hours on a video game. But after that, you fucking turning into mole people and shit after that. Just a quick heads up on you guys. Like I said on the last week's episode, I'm doing a lot more stand-up lately. So if you guys are familiar at all with the club named Apache, make sure you guys come down on like Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm gonna start trying to do they got an open mic thing for, just anybody on Tuesdays, and on Fridays is comedy night. So on the Fridays that I tweet out, like I said, you guys gotta follow me on social media. If I, post on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter that I'm doing open mic tonight, then you can know for the whole month of March that's where I'm gonna be at. And if you don't know, just feel free to hit me up and be like, hey, where you performing at? And be like, episode 2. No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna make you listen to the whole episode. I'm gonna tell you. But if you're a friend, if you're a fan and you have friends, make sure you tell a friend and y'all come on out and support your boy. On to the principal topic of today's episode: professional gaming. Something that I've had a huge amount of interest in since I was a teenager, and now that I'm a part of the generation where you can honestly get paid like real money to be a gamer, I think it's a nice idea to go ahead and sit here and just kind of explore exactly what it is to be a professional gamer. On the first note, professional gamers play eSports, so I don't know if that means that they're e-athletes or whatever, but eSports, also known as electronic sports, is a form of competition used in video games. Most commonly, eSports takes the form of organized multiplayer video game competitions, particularly between the professional players and teams. Although organized online and offline, competitions have long been a part of the video game culture, which is true. I could definitely tell you as a 90s kid, there's been competitions to see who's best at this video game or that one. That's nothing new. It's like twerking. It's something that people think is new, but people been doing for like hella years and shit. So, if you're just getting on the wave, dig in. Have a good time. These were largely between amateurs until the late 2000s, when participation by professional gamers and spectatorship in these events through live streaming saw a large surge in popularity. By the 2010s, esports was a significant factor in the video game industry, with many more game developers actively designing towards professional esports subculture, which basically means that now that professional gaming and esports is a thing where they got competition and it's kind of like the X Games and shit, now people are literally creating video games with the thought in mind of competitions being held over this video game, which is pretty awesome, because that kind of does force them to level up the quality of the game in and of itself in order to, hook the gamer. Because I think anybody who could consider themselves to be a future professional gamer, one milestone you've got to hit is that after a while, once you've gotten good at video games in general, you tend to hit a point where you need a game that gives you a real challenge, because you get tired of paying $50 and $60 for a video game that you're gonna beat in like 2 months or maybe even 2 weeks. I know some people that beaten video games in like 3 or 4 days and shit. People that are super bench gamers and shit, like they'll sit there and bust open, like before the fucking plastic is at the city dump, they've already beat the game. You kind of gotta, this gives the game developers an excuse to up the ante on the challenge of the game. Now I care more about whether or not a game is gonna be fun more so than challenging, but that's of course my personal opinion. The most common video game genres associated with esports are real-time strategy, first-person shooter, some of my favorite, fighting multiplayer online battle arena, and battle royale games. Popular games for esports include MOBA titles, League of Legends, Dota 2, FPS titles include Counter-Strike, and of course fucking Call of Duty, tactical shooters, Crossfire and Rainbow Six Siege, hero shooter, Overwatch, fighter game, and of course the classic Street Fighter, beat 'em up Dungeon Fighter Online, digital collectible card game, Hearthstone, and battle royale games such as PlayerUnknown, Battleground Battlegrounds, and of course, the game that, shut the fucking internet down when Drake, Travis Scott, and of course, the legendary Ninja played it, Fortnite Battle Royale. An RTS title, StarCraft. Tournaments such as the League of Legends World Championship, DOT2's The International, and the fighting game specific Evolution Championship Series, and the Intel Extreme Masters provide live broadcasts of the competition and prize money to competitors. Many competitions use a series of promotion and relegation play with sponsored teams, such as the League of Legends World Championship, but more recently, competition structured similar to the American professional sports with salary players and regular season and playoff series have emerged, such as the Overwatch League. The legitimacy of esports as a sports competition remains in question. Much like X Games, people are a little bit resistant to whether or not to accept it as an official thing, because 10 years ago, this was just something that people did to have fun in between, like after school or during the summertime, was just skateboarding and playing video games. And now you can kind of make a living by doing this stuff. And I get it, there's people out here that got whole degrees and shit, and they fuck with their heart a little bit to know that somebody who sat at home and played video games all day is not only making more money than them, has been making more money for them for the past couple of years, and in the near future will be able to make more money than their industry does altogether. But then again, that's pretty much the same thing that regular sports went through. It's the same thing. That's the same way people feel about football and basketball a lot of the times. They get to play a game and they make more than you do, even though you have like a degree and a half, and you work your ass off every day. In any event, the legitimacy of esports, like I said, has remained in question. However, esports has been featured alongside traditional sports in multinational events, and the International Olympic Committee has explored incorporating them into future Olympic events. So there is quite a bit of chance that one day we'll turn on the Olympics and we'll be seeing a fucking Call of Duty battle between like 4 countries, and that's gonna determine who kicks ass at video games for that year. I personally can't wait. I would love to see esports as well as X game type sports to be a regular part of the Olympics. I think it will get a lot more people watching again. Then y'all wouldn't have to have your gold medal swimmers smoking weed to get publicity in order for motherfuckers to give a damn about the Olympics anymore. Maybe I say too much. By 2019, which is right now, so you can tell this Wikipedia entry is a bit dated, it's estimated that 427 million people worldwide will be watching some form of esports. The increasing availability of online streaming media platforms such as Panda.tv and of course YouTube and Twitch has become central to the growth and promotion of esports competitions. Demographically, Major League Gaming has reported viewership that is approximately 85% male and 15% female, with the majority of viewers between the ages of 18 and 34. Despite this, several female personalities within esports are hopeful about the increasing presence of female gamers. South Korea, for example, has several established esports organizations which have licensed pros gamers since the year 2000. Recognition of esports competitions outside of South Korea has somewhat slower though. Although in South Korea, most competitions take place in Europe, North America, and China, despite its large video game market, esports in Japan is relatively underdeveloped, which is fucking insane because that's where all the damn video games come from. And this has been attributed largely to its broad anti-gambling laws which prohibit paid professional gaming tournaments. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, because technically I could totally see playing video games for money as sort of a form of gambling, which would explain why the fuck that shit's so addictive, because I know a couple guys that play Madden for $20 at a time, and they gotta have it, man. They're worse than fucking poker players sometimes. The global esports market generated $325 million of US revenue in the year 2015 and is expected to make $493 million the next year. The global esports attendance in 2015 was 226 million people according to the Newzoo report in April 2017. 42% of the gaming market belongs to the mobile industry, which is basically saying that part of the reason that there's been such a surge in this particular industry is because now that games are, like, first off, there are more games available on a mobile platform, and also a lot more people can participate in these games because they're on a mobile platform. You can be a part of a gaming competition playing a video game on your phone while you're at work or at school or something, more so than you could back in the day where you basically had to wait until you got all the way home, or past my day and shit, you gotta wait all the way till you can get to the arcade after school and fucking bust through that line of motherfuckers who got a sack full of quarters and shit and hope you can make it up there in time to whoop all their asses before you can go home. Yeah, I'm a second generation gamer. I'm a second generation nerd, so I know how it used to be back in the day. But that's all that we have right now on the subject matter as far as esports and professional gaming is concerned. If you guys want to do a little bit more exploring, please feel free to hit up spacewashere.com and be sure to be checking out for the little extendo report that I give from this episode on professional gaming, as well as a few other things on there that might keep your interest. Be reminded. Please, 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 please subscribe, rate, and comment on all the podcasting platforms that you use, or the main podcasting platform you use. I'm asking a lot if I just be like, hey, can you do some shit on iTunes and then Google and then Stitcher and then SoundCloud? I don't know, whatever you listen to the show on, man, just make sure you like, rate, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Keep that engagement up, guys, so we can be one of the top shows online, because then you can be cool for being a nerd. Hey, my name is, Space, and see, it's Space was here, see, because I'm here right now, but now I'm